Yo, it's Three Dog encouraging you to visit Periyte Shrine in Oblivion Remastered because Spellbreaker rules. To get the powerful reward Spellbreaker, you're going to need to visit Periyte Shrine just east of Breville. It is along the Silverfish River and it is near the R on the map, if that makes it a little easier to locate. And I usually use the spells Sea Stride or use a water walking enchantment and just run up the river because it makes it quite easy to find. So as we approach from the river, you will see this bridge. Simply just go up over the side and get interrupted by small mud crabs. Now, I would recommend a high amount of resist magic and reflect magic if you have it for this realm. And if you have reflect damage, that would be good as well. If you are a higher level when you go inside the shrine, which you need to at least be level 10, then you will have a little bit of a difficulty maybe inside depending on your build. Now, Periyte's followers here, they are all frozen. Their souls trapped in Oblivion, which we'll get more into as we go. Now, since they are all frozen, their health is in stasis. If you are a low level character, you can hit them or whatever to build up your skill. I found the shrine to Periyte, but something is wrong with his worshippers. They seem frozen in time, mindless, none move or speak. So, we're gonna enter Oblivion.
So, mortal, you have found my shrine, and you have... The fools cast a spell in the hopes of summoning me to them. It was prideful and foolish, and it has had its consequences. My followers are trapped between worlds. Their bodies here on this plane, their souls in Oblivion. I would have you reunite the bodies and the souls. I will transport you to the plane of Oblivion in which they are trapped. Find their souls. When all are collected, I will return you here. Return to me when you are prepared.
Periyte told me that 5 of his followers are trapped in Oblivion, and we are going to go in and retrieve their souls. Now, preparing for this is a good idea. I never bring potions, and I really might have wanted to. So I'm prepared to go to Oblivion now, so I am going to enter this realm. Now keep in mind, there is no sigil stone here. You are not trying to close a tower, you're just trying to find the survivors. Thankfully, as you can see the green marker, and it says 181 right there, with footsteps, that's how far away the first first ghost is that's trapped here. So we're gonna go just in a straight line to most of these guys. There's going to be a lot of running and avoiding enemies after I get bored fighting them, and also they're pretty formidable, and if you get surrounded by enough of them, it could end you, especially if you don't have potions and you're not prepared like I was when I got here. Now, I am prepared in certain ways. I have my fire shield, I have my resist magic, and I also have reflect magic, as well as I do have Sea Stride, which is a very valuable tool, in my opinion, in Oblivion Gates. As long as you're not running directly on the lava and sort of skipping across it, you don't take much damage, and it is a really good way to get there. Now, I usually just kind of go around the enemies as much as I can. Every once in a while, I will engage them hardcore, or I will just keep going. It just depends on my mood and, you know, like, how does this dude look? Like this guy here, I'm, I'm not liking his hairstyle, so I'm gonna cut him down. But all joking aside, he was in a straight line to me and the other follower of Periyte. So I want to go up this hill. I'm going to come around, maybe possibly just skip up. This will give me a good vantage point up here. Now this is a circular thing, and like I said, you can follow the paths and everything. However, I would not bother going in any caves. You're just basically looking for the followers, and all you need to do is get to them and touch them. And once you have touched them, that will be it. They will go back to their plane. Now it looks like one of them is just right down here, so I'm just going to drop down. I have captured the soul of Kiwan. Now he has returned to his body at the shrine. I wish there was a way to leech health with a block or whatever instead of lose health. I mean, you lose a lot of health when you do block, and I like blocking, but I'm not a journeyman yet, and so therefore I can't do a shield bash yet. Shield bash is ultra powerful in this game now. Go ahead and finish him off so he doesn't chase me down later. It seems like in a way that the enemies respawn in this place. I don't know if you can just actually kill everything and that's that. I'm not sure. A lot of the balancing on Adept makes little to no sense to me. I know Exivlies are tough, but some of the other things take more hits than they do. It makes little to no sense. I would like to see somebody release a mod with creature scaling that I could get behind. Gonna switch over and repair everything, just get all that armor back up to its optimum level. It's funny, it's like until my armor is all the way built up, I usually don't repair things quite as frequently, but once it only takes one hammer, I have that on the hotkey, and that's like I do it almost after every engagement after I get used to it. It's a game mechanic that also makes little to no sense sometimes to me, but just how frequently you gotta repair your stuff. Fallen Drung really does help with Daedros. Void Salts will come in handy at the Atronach Altar, Frostcraig's Spire. Soon gonna take my flame one out and let it go do some hunting and do some spell making video with it. And if it survives, I'll be alright with that. But if it doesn't, then I will be able to summon something new. So coming up over this hill. And as you can see, we've got another one down there, another follower. Periyte's soul has been captured. Now, to get around here is not necessarily going to be so simple as it does paralyze it, but man, it does not do much damage to an Civili. Switch over. Lose the enchantment, of course. It's a little bit cumbersome to refill your recharge your weapons on this game unless you're just paying for it. It's actually way easy if you pay for it. But if you're using soul gems, it's one after the other, one after the other, just to charge one weapon. And they are pretty heavy, so keep that in mind as well. It's a pretty good magic power. I could use it. I think we'll just charge up the weapons. Now, as you can see, I'm having a somewhat difficult time, but not a totally difficult time. It's when you get a mob in this game that it can be quite an issue, just because you get stun locked and you're not able to attack. There's a lot of different variables that go on. Really, from this point on through the gate, I'm going to try to avoid the enemies, and it may cost me. Who knows? Skull of Corruption is always fun to use on them. I'll make a new video on the Skull of Corruption in a while. I lost the footage of when I got this one, so with a new character I'll make one. Probably be the last Daedric Shrine I cover. Okay, we're about all soul gemmed out now and all charged up. These videos are meant to be realistic. They're not meant to rush you through. They're meant to show you a strategy to get through, even if you're having difficulties. They're not meant to just be brief. So you're really seeing everything that I'm doing here, just so that you can see you can do it too and know what strategy I used worked, and then that way you can go forward. If you've got better advice, then that's cool. It's all how you play the game. That's what's so beautiful about RPGs. But if you guys do have any tips you want to post down below about doing this mission, go ahead and do so. Now, as you see, I'm just basically skipping to everybody. I'm doing the best I can to avoid any difficulty, you know, fighting monsters if needn't be. Why even bother doing a tower or fighting a monster on this mission? So now we've captured the soul of Romain, and he has returned to Periyte Shrine. I wish I could jump higher. It would be nice. Okay, well, we're going to take a look over here and see if we can see what we see. Oh, here's a Dremora. That Daedroth is an issue. My strategy is never to fight the summon. I always go for the summoner. It just seems pointless to kill the summon then fight the summoner. So I usually just go for the summoner. There's a Daedroth there. I'm gonna just avoid him if I can. Come back over here. Maybe I can get to this other guy here. Not too much of an issue. It's hard to tell where he is, though. I guess one of the frustrating things about it is these green markers show up and you can't tell which one you're looking at sometimes as you turn on the screen, so that could be a little bit challenging. And you really don't want to get it trapped against the wall by a Zivli and a Daedroth either, so try not to do that. I, however, did. But now he's gone and I have survived, so c'est la vie, dude. Try not to fall into the lava right now. So we're gonna find this guy somehow. He's out across there. Another one this way. I'm gonna go for this one. A lot of people say acrobatics is no help, and I disagree, because even just mild acrobatics or building up through the game really help you in situations like this where you're having difficulties. These clan fear, they come up behind you. They take a lot of damage, and they reflect damage when you hit them. They're actually one of the more annoying creatures in all of Oblivion. But the reality is that look how many times it takes to heal, and if I were still down there fighting it, there's no way I would make it, right? And, you know, it's to the point where you do sometimes want to save your progress if you have difficulty like this. And this is what a human being does when they play a video game. A lot of times, you know, YouTubers and you know, game channels, they generally make it seem like everything's so easy, and while this is accomplishable, you want to be careful, you know, and understand that no matter how strong your character is, this realm is pretty dangerous. So as you can see, what I'm doing is just avoiding everything that I can. Oh, we've released the soul of Miri. Now let's fast forward to where the last soul is and how I got there. So I played a lot of cat and mouse games with the Daedra over there behind that wall, so I cut that part out. Eventually I did get away from him, and I'm running now towards the, I believe, last person whose soul was trapped here in Oblivion. So as you can see, they're going to be across the fire here. So I'm going to use my Sea Stride strategy, and I'm just going to basically run and skip across the lava to him. So handy. Definitely better than going all the way around, wouldn't you agree? So this is Marin the Seal, and we have captured the soul of Marin the Seal, and I believe that is all the souls of the followers of Periyte left in Oblivion. So now we're going to return to Periyte at his shrine as soon as we find the gate he has left for us, and then we shall return back to his realm. Like I said, you're not trying to close an Oblivion gate, you're trying to find all the souls, which we have accomplished. So now I believe we're gonna find the gate soon. I was thinking that maybe, no, that looks like it is a Atronach. There's the gate probably behind us over here. It's kind of hard to see, but basically once I find the gate, I'm just gonna run. Now you got the blue marker, which, yeah, okay, so excuse me on that. So we're gonna put this away, and we're going to cast that Sea Stride again, and we're just going to go right back across that lava. Okay, so we made it across, and we're going to skip along this side here, and we're just going to keep going in a straight line right to the gate. And there it is, just ahead. I have returned to the mortal realm, and the souls of Periyte's followers have gone back to their bodies. I should speak with the Daedra again.
You have returned my followers, mortal. The natural order is restored, and for this I thank you. Perhaps they have learned the folly of attempting to touch a Daedric Prince. Take this with my blessing. May it bring you order.
Periyte was grateful for my help. He has given me Spellbreaker as a reward. Now that we have Spellbreaker, Periyte's followers will be animated from now on, and hitting them will draw the same penalties as anything else in the game. Spellbreaker is a phenomenal asset in Oblivion. It is absolutely crucial in some of the later dungeons, and it reflects spell 30%. So it is combined with other pieces like Namira's Ring and other Sigil Stone enchanted items. You can achieve 100% reflect spell, and that is amazing. I have been 3Dog. Thank you for watching.
Golly, you're the best. I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on. Let's go.